Hello and a very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV. As we bid adieu to 2022, let's revisit some of the important policies and programs of the government whose effect will stretch beyond the year 2022. In the next 20 minutes, I'll get you a roundup of all the important programs and policies set to impact your life. So come along. The global economy in recent times was ravaged by the coronavirus-induced crisis, which did not even spare India, and Asia's third largest economy suffered one of its worst contractions in fiscal 2021. Soon after Russia's invasion of Ukraine destabilized the global food and oil supply chain, triggering multi-year high inflation readings, India's retail inflation print surged to about 8-year high in April. While the COVID-19 pandemic and Ukraine war have hit advanced economies as well as low and middle income countries, India's robust economic fundamentals have ensured that it remains a bright spot in times of global uncertainties. Despite continuing geopolitical concerns, rising interest in the US, and high prices of crude oil and other commodities, economic activity in India is holding up better than anticipated.
आज भारत दुनिया की 5वीं बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था है। 7-8 साल के भीतर हमने 10वें नंबर से 5वें नंबर तक की छलांग लगाई है। ये इसलिए संभव हो पा रहा है क्योंकि बीते 8 वर्षों में हमने देश की अर्थव्यवस्था की उन कमियों को दूर किया है जो रुकावटें पैदा करती थी। मेक इन इंडिया, आत्मनिर्भर भारत, आज देश कई मामलों में एक बड़े आयातक इंपोर्टर से एक बहुत बड़े निर्यातक एक्सपोर्टर की भूमिका में आ रहा है। अनेक ऐसे सेक्टर हैं जिसमें भारत आज ग्लोबल हब बनने की तरफ तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है।
In the 75th year of our independence, we have overtaken our colonial past to become the 5th largest economy in the world. As the V-shaped recovery after COVID contributed to this important milestone, the government unveiled a number of programs and policies in 2022 to aid social and economic welfare of the country. Keeping in view India's vision of becoming Atmanirbhar, production-linked incentive schemes for 14 sectors were announced with an outlay of 1.97 lakh crore to enhance India's manufacturing capabilities and exports. PLI scheme across these key specific sectors is poised to make Indian manufacturers globally competitive, attract investment in the areas of core competency and cutting-edge technology, ensure efficiencies, create economies of scale, enhance exports and make India an integral part of the global value chain. The central government also initiated the One District, One Product in different states and UTs of the country. This scheme is seen as a transformational step towards realizing the true potential of a district, fueling economic growth, generating employment and rural entrepreneurship, taking us to the goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat. In fact, during 2022, India also signed free trade agreements, including trade and services with the UAE on 18th of February 2022 and with Australia on 2nd of April 2022. India's merchandise export stood at $263.3 billion during April to October period of 2022-23 as compared to $234 billion during the previous period, registering a positive growth of 12.6%. India's services export stood at $181.39 billion during April-October 2022-23 as compared to $138.01 billion during the same period last year, registering a positive growth of 31.43%. The RBI also allowed invoicing payments and settlement of exports and imports in Indian rupees. This has been done to promote global trade with emphasis on exports from India and support the increasing interest of the global trading community in the Indian rupee. Reserve Bank also announced the launch of first pilot for retail digital rupee on December 1, 2022. This places India as one of the front runners, as most of the major economies of the world have not introduced the central bank digital currency as yet. Make in India, the flagship program, is poised to facilitate investment, foster innovation, enhance skill development, and build best-in-class manufacturing infrastructure. Policy reforms in foreign direct investment, investment facilitation, and ease of doing business have resulted in increased FDI inflows into the country. India registered its highest ever annual FDI inflow of $84.84 billion in the financial year 2021-22. During the current financial year, FDI worth $39.10 billion have been reported. Make in India has made significant achievements and is now focusing on 27 sectors under Make in India 2.0. Investment outreach is being done through ministries, state governments, and Indian missions abroad. Investment identification of potential investors, handholding and investment facilitation is being done through Invest India. Since 2014, the government has put significant emphasis on improving both ease of doing business and ease of living. National Logistics Policy, a comprehensive effort to address issues of high cost and inefficiency by laying down an overarching interdisciplinary, cross-sectoral and multi-jurisdictional framework for the development of the entire logistic ecosystem, is yet another step in this direction. In the last few years, the government has ensured unprecedented focus on infrastructure through a holistic outlook. Instead of planning and designing separately in silos, the projects will be designed and executed with a common vision. Gati Shakti provides a comprehensive database of ongoing and future projects of infrastructure ministries of centre and states. The data will be integrated with 200 plus GIS layers with visibility to various stakeholders so that planning, designing and execution can be done with a shared vision. As we draw to a close on the third year of the COVID era, while it continues to affect the health and well-being of humans, let's look back at the health programs that marked the year 2022. Taking note of the evolving COVID-19 situation globally and emergence of mutant variants of SARS-CoV-2 virus, the guidelines for international arrivals were reviewed from time to time. As of 4th of November 2022, a total of 1,453 government labs and 1,935 private labs are conducting COVID-19 testing. At present, India is testing around 2 to 2.5 lakh samples per day. India's COVID-19 vaccination drive began on January 16, 2021, and over 220 crore vaccine doses have been administered in India so far, which is increasing every day. Under Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, around 10.74 crore poor and vulnerable families identified as per socio-economic caste census are entitled for health cover of 5 lakh rupees per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. As on 25th of November 2022, 3.8 crore hospital admissions have been authorized, worth more than 47,000 crore. 28,636 hospitals are impaneled. 20.2 crore Ayushman cards have been issued. 33 states and UTs are implementing the scheme, and approximately 50% of Ayushman card recipients are women, and 46% of the hospitals impaneled are private ones. With the objective to provide quality health services to a patient residing in rural areas, 1,09,748 Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centres have teleconsultation model, achieving a total of 7 crore 11,58,968 teleconsultations.
हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जो कोई भी केस पॉजिटिव पाया जाता है तो हमने जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग करना चालू किया है। जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग से फ़ायदा ये होता है कि कोई जगह पे कोविड पॉजिटिव पेशेंट है, उसमें पता हमें जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग से चलता है कि कौन सा वायरस है, वो म्यूटेट होके उसका स्वरूप कैसा बदला है, जो कोई अदर टाइप का वायरस हमें दिखाई दे तो ये वायरस को आइसोलेट करना आवश्यक होता है। आइसोलेट करके उसके पर हमारी वैक्सीन इफेक्टिव है कि नहीं है उसकी स्टडी की जाती है, उसके ऊपर मेडिसिन इफेक्टिव है कि नहीं है, कितनी इफेक्टिव उसकी स्टडी की जाती है। सारी स्टडी ये वायरस को आइसोलेट करके की जाए और ये करने के बाद हम उसको रोकने का प्रबंध करें, ये बहुत आवश्यक होता है।
Apart from health, the government has been focusing on improving the educational facilities in the country. The Indian education system is one of the largest in the world, with about 15 lakh schools, 97 lakh teachers, and nearly 26 crore students from varied socio-economic backgrounds. The Ministry of Education has constituted a committee to strengthen assessment process and prepare a roadmap envisioned in the new education policy. The Government of India has also launched Mission Shakti, an integrated women empowerment scheme, as umbrella scheme for the safety, security and empowerment of women for implementation during the 15th Finance Commission period, that is 2021-22 to 2025-26. The norms of Mission Shakti applicable with effect from 1st of April 2022. Mission Shakti seeks to realize the government's commitment for women-led development by addressing issues affecting women on life cycle continuum basis and by making them equal partners in nation building through convergence and citizen ownership. The Union Cabinet has also approved revision of pension of armed forces pensioners and family pensioners under one rank, one pension recently. Pension of the past pensioners would be refixed on the basis of average minimum and maximum pension of Defence Force retirees of calendar year 2018 in the same rank with the same length of service.
जो 20,60,220 पेंशनर्स को वन रैंक वन पेंशन का लाभ मिलता था, उसके अलावा 1/7/2014 से 1/7/2014 के बाद सेवानिवृत्त होने वाले पर्सनल्स को मिलाकर अब इसकी संख्या 25,13,002 बन जाएगी।
Food grain production has increased from 308.65 million tons in January 2022 to 315.72 million tons in December 2022, which is the highest ever food grain production. Let's take a look at major policies and programs for the welfare of farmers and rural development.
The budget allocation of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has been increased to 1,24,000 crore in 2022-23. The government has increased the MSP for all mandated Kharif, Rabi and other commercial crops with a return of at least 50% overall India-weighted average cost of production from 2018-19. In PM Kisan scheme, 1.8 lakh crore rupees was released to more than 11.74 crore farmers in January 2022, whereas more than 2 lakh crore has been released so far to more than 11 crore eligible farmers till December 2022. Institutional credit for agriculture sector was 16.5 lakh crore in January 2022, which has been increased to 18.5 lakh crore in December 2022.
अभी खाद्यान्न की दृष्टि से भारत सरप्लस कंट्री है। हम अपने घर की भी पूर्ति कर रहे हैं और दूसरों को भी आवश्यकता पड़े तो मदद करने की स्थिति में है। बागवानी का क्षेत्र हो, दुग्ध उत्पादन का क्षेत्र हो, इन सब क्षेत्रों में भारत काफ़ी अच्छे से काम कर रहा है, लेकिन इसके साथ ही साथ हमारी कोशिश है कि हमारी उत्पादकता और बढ़े।
In an effort to reduce dependency on imported oil for satisfying the country's energy demands, the Union Cabinet approved pushing the aim of blending 20% ethanol in petrol by 5 years to 2025-26, as well as enabling new feedstocks for biofuel production. The government also adopted the amendments to the National Policy on Biofuels. The key change is to bring forward the deadline for blending 20% ethanol into petrol. These measures will assist India, which imports 85% of its oil, in reducing dependency on oil imports.
The energy front, and this is important because energy is a critical driver of economic growth. On all fronts, we are working hard, but I think the results are showing. And let me give you the good news. In a few days' time, E20 as a pilot, 20% mixed biofuel will be available at the pumps. It's not all pumps. We are taking the target of 2030 for 20% blending on biofuels. We're going to do it by 2024-25.
Computerization of land records was completed in over 6.20 lakh villages. More than 1.17 crore cadastral maps were digitized. Nearly 4,000 sub-registrar offices out of 5,254 offices were integrated with land records. Pilot tests for linking of e-courts with land record and registration database was undertaken successfully in Haryana, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh.
कभी गांव के घर का बैंक उस पर कोई ऋण नहीं देता था। मोदी जी के सोच के कारण आज गांव में गरीब के घरों का जब हम ड्रोन से पिक्चर लेते, राज्य सरकार उसके छूने से मैपिंग करता, फिर जब ड्रोन से लिए हुए मैप को राज्य सरकार कुछ दिनों के लिए रखता कि भाई जिनकी ज़मीन है, किसी का गड़बड़ तो नहीं है, किसी का ज़्यादा कम बेसी, वो ठीक करके जब ओके करते तो उनको हम डिम्ड रजिस्टर्ड सर्टिफिकेट देते।
The Union Cabinet also approved a new scheme, Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast Region, for remaining 4 years of the 15th Finance Commission from 2022 to 2025-26. The new scheme, PM Divine, is a central sector scheme with 100% central funding and will be implemented by Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. The scheme will have an outlay of 6,600 crore for the 4-year period. The Union Cabinet also approved continuation of Prime Minister Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi, which is PM Swanidhi, beyond March 2022 till December 2024. PM Swanidhi was launched in June 2020 to provide collateral-free working capital loans of up to 10,000 to street vendors.
India is at the cusp of a digital revolution powered by increasing broadband and internet penetration, exponential data uptake, the government's focus on digitalization, and increasing trend of technology adoption across industries. This revolution is likely to generate new growth avenues, boost industrial productivity, and has the potential to transform the socio-economic fabric of this country. Surely, this decade will be India's decade.
Bringing a new era in technology, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the 5G telecom services in India. The technology seeks to provide seamless coverage, high data rate, low latency, and highly reliable communication system. 5G services are also expected to play a major role in achieving the economic goal of making India a $5 trillion economy. 5G will also usher in the era of technology advances in the country such as virtual reality, augmented reality, and much more. India can create up to $1 trillion of economic value from the digital economy in 2025, with half of the opportunities originating in new digital ecosystems. India is the second largest online market in the world, behind China.
Telecom technology stack is today available. Infrastructure is today practically available all across the country. In our thought process, we put 700 megahertz for 5G rollout because 700 megahertz has a very long reach, very wide reach. If you are having only millimeter wave based 5G rollout, then the amount of infrastructure that you need will probably be almost 50 times what we have today. With 700 megahertz rollout, we would be able to leverage the existing infrastructure, the towers which are already set up in the country, which are practically covering a very large part of the country already, those same towers, that same infrastructure can be used for a better technology now. Right? So that's why we are very confident that in a very short period of time we should be able to cover the entire country.
India is now placed at 40th position among the top innovative economies globally as per Global Innovation Index. The country remains among the top 3 countries in scientific publications.
India's civil aviation sector is witnessing a very strong V-shaped recovery with encouraging domestic passenger numbers, and the growth will continue in the coming years as well.
In the civil aviation space, 50 new RCS routes were commenced between 1st of January 2022 and 8th of December 2022. 5 airports or heliports were also operationalized in Keshiar, Deoghar, Gondia, Jaipur and Almora. 10 new RCS routes were commenced in northeastern states in the country. 140 new RCS routes were awarded under Udan 4.2 and 4.3. 16 new airports, heliports, water aerodromes were identified under Udan.
The RCS levy that is at 5,000 going to 10,000 will then aid many more Udan Yojanas taking off, both for tertiary cities and connectivity to unserved or underserved markets. And let me give you the data. In the last 6 years that Udan has been in place, we have flown close to 1.1 crore passengers, many of whom would have seen a plane above their head, but never have been able to travel on those planes. We have flown close to about 2,15,000 flights. And the Udan Yojana, as an offshoot, which many people have not noted, has given birth to close to 11 new airlines.
The Government of India also launched Operation Ganga with the aim of safe evacuation of Indian nationals stranded in Ukraine in the month of February-March 2022. The Ministry of Civil Aviation also released the National Air Sports Policy 2022. The policy covers 11 such airsports and envisions India as one of the top air sports nations by 2030. India is poised to become a powerful economic growth engine. It has one of the fastest growing economies in the world, the third largest startup ecosystem and tech services, digital and manufacturing sectors on track to become a global powerhouse in 2023.
Well, viewers, that's all we could pack for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Namaskar.